shoulder. Over here on the right, an okapi. Very unique in appearance. Dark brown body, stripes on his legs like a zebra. Okapi's not related to a zebra, though. He's the only relative there is to a giraffe. Black rhino, there's two of them right here. You know there's less than 5,000 of these black rhino left in the world? We got two of them right here. Now you're going to look at the black rhino and say he's not black, he's brown. Well, they wallow in mud. Mud's a sunscreen. Keeps them cool. Another species of antelope, cinnamon-colored animal, white vertical stripes, and they all have heavy swept-back horns. Bongo use their horns to get deep into the brush and hide. Local people call the bongo the ghost of the forest. That's how rarely they're seen. Black and white bird coming up on the left side called a saddle-billed stork. Now they're a very unique bird that make no vocalizations whatsoever. Saddle-billed stork communicate with each other by rattling their bills. It's the Nile hippopotamus. Now the word hippopotamus translates to river horse. They're not related to horses, though. The closest relative to a hippopotamus is a whale and a dolphin. Hippo over here on the left. Hippos don't swim very well. They walk or they run on the bottom of the river. Hippo can hold its breath for up to 8 minutes. These are pink-backed pelicans on the island to the left.
Oh, my back.
Their backs are pink during the mating season.
Ooh.
There's Nile crocodile down below. 16 feet long, 500 pounds. Now the crocs will bite with 2,000 pounds per square inch of bone-crushing force.
People are walking.
4 stomachs. They'll eat for up to 20 hours out of every day. Mention the tongue of the giraffe's 18 inches long. It's as sticky as glue. It's prehensile. Very dark in color. Almost black, so it won't get sunburned. Over here on the left, African wild dogs. They're the most efficient hunter on the savannah. They've got an 80% success rate. Dogs will chase their prey and run the prey until the prey drops to the ground in total exhaustion. There's the Ankole cattle coming up on the left. You look at the horns of the Ankole, they look like they must weigh a ton. But they don't, because they're not solid, they're honeycomb. The animal's blood flows through the horn. Helps keep the body cool. It's about the tallest termite mound I've ever seen right here on the left. A lot of mounds out here. All built by the termites. Now, termites will mix their saliva with their dung and the clay and the sand. They'll bake in the hot African sun. Get to be as hard as concrete. And the animals will use them as scratching posts. When they're shaped like that one off to the right, small species of antelope like a Thompson gazelle, they'll get up on top of that mound. Use the mound to look for predators. Dewlap has a fold of skin that hangs down on the underside of the neck. Blood vessels flow through it, serves the same purpose as that horn on the Ankole cattle, helps keep them cool. That's why they're called springbok. Wildebeest off to the right, the gray animal sitting on the ground. They're the most abundant of all the migratory species on the savannah. Over 1 million migrate every year. Herds of tens of thousands. Local people have a different name for the wildebeest. Anybody back there do crossword puzzles? 3-letter word for wildebeest? Well, it's new. GNU comes from the sound they make. Maasai giraffe off to the left. Maasai giraffe get their name from where they originated in Africa. That's just temporary though. They don't form permanent bonds. Sign up ahead says road closed. That's a shortcut we normally take. Isabel, the bridge is gone. 2 weeks ago there was a bridge here. Elephant off to the right. I bet he trampled that bridge. That's a shortcut, and we're not going to be able to take the shortcut. We're going to have to take the long way around. Oh boy, that's going to add 2 or 3 days onto this trip. Here's a bridge we haven't been on in a long time. It's in terrible shape. This is not our lucky day. This bridge is held together with cable. Oh, it sounds bad and it looks worse. I think it's going to be our lucky day if we make it. Front wheels are off. At least we're safe up here. And so are you. Oh boy, I don't believe it. We could have ended up in this river over here on the left. Oh, red clay. See tusk marks in the red clay coming up on the right. Elephants will eat red clay. Gives them minerals and nutrients they don't normally get in their diet. Every now and then they'll behave like a couple. Local people call them the upside down tree. Looks like the roots are pointing up to the sky. They get the pink coloring from their diet. They eat brine shrimp, contains beta carotene. Turns them pink.
Ooh, hello.
See him standing on one leg. Looks like you may be looking at their knee. You see him standing on one leg? That's actually their ankle. Female lions do most of the hunting. They'll account for 80 to 90% of all the kills made by the pride. Male lion will hunt, but more often stays behind to defend his territory. Now, if there's cubs in the pride, he'll be defending the cubs. Every cub in his pride is his offspring. Ooh, look at the size of the burrows right here. These had to have been dug by the largest burrowing mammal in Africa. Anybody know what it is? Warthog. There is a warthog on the other side of the rock. Looks like a little furry rock. When they go into a burrow, they turn around so the tusks are prominently displayed. They're razor sharp. Predators leave them alone. White rhino coming up on the right. Get their name from their mouth. The mouth is wide, and the Afrikaans word for wide is white with a V. They were called fight rhino, known as the white rhinoceros, and the name just stuck. Ostrich egg over here on the ground. Largest bird in the world, the ostrich. Each one of those eggs will weigh 3 pounds. You notice they don't build a nest. They just lay the eggs right there on the ground. We always see a bunch of eggs together because they are communal nesters.
Nice.
All the female ostrich lay their eggs with the eggs that were laid by the dominant female in the flock. See that yellow box hanging right there? That's a beehive. Farmers are cultivating land here, but elephants raid their crops. Come to find out, elephants are afraid of bees. Warden's building the beehive fence. Gonna put it around the crop. And the elephants. Yeah, the farmers, they were resorting to violence. Gives them another cash crop too, honey. So they'll take the goat milk, the cheese, the honey, their crops, and they'll sell it all at the local open air market. And it helps the villagers to be less reliant on the wildlife for food. I recognize this gate. And this gate is on the outskirts of the village. Yeah, it means Isabel's going to be dropping you off at the next warden's post. Now from here, it'll be a short walk back to Harambe. On that walk, you're going to pass the entrance to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. I'd like to encourage everybody to visit the trail. It's a self-guided walking tour. It's about 3/8 of a mile. On that trail, you can see a lot more of the wildlife that's right here in Africa. Right at the entrance to the trail, Angolan black and white colobus monkeys. They're a very endangered species of monkey. They've been hunted for their bush meat. Now, they're arboreal. They live up in the trees. Now, they've got a really long tail, but it's not prehensile like the tongue of a giraffe. Now, they use their tail for balance. Also on the trail, there's western lowland gorillas, great apes, also very endangered animals. So you got monkeys at the beginning of the trail, you got apes at the end. Everybody know what the difference is between a monkey and an ape? It's tails. Monkeys have tails. Apes do not. Are you familiar with the term silverback? Adult male gorillas weigh over 400 pounds. Quite a few bachelor silverback gorillas on the trail. Got a family of gorillas on the trail as well. In that family, year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, birth of a little baby girl gorilla. She's a lot of fun to watch. That little baby girl gorilla was born about 1 o'clock in the morning. Sun came up, mom came out, brought the baby with her. Yep, bring your child to work day. Also on the trail, you can see meerkats. You ever heard of a meerkat? No. Not related to a cat. It's a relative of the mongoose. Now, they live underground, come up above ground to feed. When they do, one of the meerkats will be watching for predators. He's on guard duty. Now, if he sees a flying predator, they'll make an alarming sound. If he sees a predator on the ground, makes a different type of a sound. That way they know where to look. After about every 20 or 30 minutes, one meerkat will come take the place of the one that was on guard duty so they get a chance to feed. See hippos underwater? They're pretty graceful when they're underwater. Ever see the movie Fantasia? Remember the hippos, tutus, parasols, very graceful? Well, ours are graceful underwater, but they're not quite that graceful. Now we're going to be getting off just up ahead. Isabel will be bringing us up to the dock. Be sure you pick up all your personal belongings. On safari, we don't like to say goodbye. On safari, we use a Swahili word, kwaherini. Word kwaherini translates to go well. So, kwaherini, everybody.
Hi guys, I'm an Android user and I had a problem with this because of Android. More to come, but since I had a problem with my Magicband and Android, kind cast members gifted us lightning lanes. They didn't have to do it, but they did. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Disney cast member guest services, I think. Most importantly, Brandon. Thank you. Let me make this really short and quick. I first got the Magicband when we first went to Animal Kingdom. Was charging, trying to get it hooked up. Didn't want to get hooked up. So I went to go talk to the guest experience team. And I was basically there for probably about like 2 hours. And they couldn't find out what was happening. So they basically wrote me like one of those Disney tickets. And, you know, I was on a way to get a new one. And that brings us here. It actually works. Like this new one does work. And I've got all these statues of all of the parks except for Magic Kingdom, because we haven't been to Magic Kingdom since we got the Magicband. But however, we did go to Hollywood Studios like literally maybe a week after this video and whatever. And Anthony got to play with the bounty hunter, and it had a few hiccups on its own too. So video of that coming out next week. But don't forget to have a magical day, because you deserve it. Oh my god. This is why I shouldn't have a camera. I forgot one bit of information. Because we spent 2 hours doing nothing, except for having that Magicband trying to be fixed. A cast member gifted us three lightning lanes of any of our choosing. So of course, within this video, I did pick Flight of Passage, because we love Flight of Passage. And then, well, you can see in the next video what we picked. And now bye.